Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for letting me come meet with you guys today. Thank you so much for this opportunity to work with you guys and to come up with a solution to your problem. For Waffle Works, you guys have great food. First of all, I've tried it myself. You have very
Glad you like it.
yeah, very delicious. Second of all, very affordable for college students. And you get when you hold events, when Rexburg has things going on, whether it's a concert or whatever, you guys always have great business coming through. You guys have shown me the numbers before, how great those events are. The problem is, as you've told me, is your location right now is Splatters Paintball on Main Street, which is nowhere near walking distance to campus. And so the hardest problem for you guys is foot traffic and getting students to come to your truck. And so I've been thinking a lot about what you guys offer and what the things that the positive things that you can bring, and how maybe we could influence how we can get you guys closer to campus and how we can do that. So for the truck to run, there's a few things that you need. You need, basic utility supplies. There needs to be foot access, and obviously you're targeting students, as we said before. Your location now provides you utilities at an affordable price, at the sacrifice of foot traffic. You do make a lot of money at events, I get that. And at this time, I think it would be good to, while where you're currently situated is very affordable for you guys, that we look at maybe going to somewhere that's a little more expensive, but at the price of a potential hike in traffic and sales, in the volume of customers that you have. And so I've actually been looking around at some local areas, local businesses, who will be able to help provide you guys with what you need, and also have a deal with them.
Great, because we're just too busy making waffles to go and find it out.
Yep. So the best thing I could come up with, as far as people I talked to, and I feel like is best for you guys, is Hemming Village. As you know, it's located right next to the Willows. Right across the street from the football field. Cafe Rio's down by you guys, and you also have the Kiwi Loco and all that foot traffic from all those students coming to all those different places. And I've worked out a hypothetical agreement with the management of Hemming Village to have a 3-month lease with you guys starting in January. So basically, the duration of all of next semester. They would provide you with the utilities, as long as you paid the expected price, even though it might be a little more expensive than what you're at now. But like I said,
I'm sure it would be. Have you seen that place?
Yes, it's very nice. However, you got to consider, first of all, a lot of people like your stuff. I've talked to students around campus. I know a lot of people know about it, and a lot of people do like it. I mean, they've seen you at events, they've seen you, and that's the one thing I think you've done great with your business is you've tried to be places where the consumer is going to be. Yeah. So with this 3-month lease, you would work there, or you would operate out of Hemming Village, and they have parking lot space in the back. So the visibility might not be great, but they said they'd be willing to put a sign out in front to let people know that you're back there, as well as with your successful social media campaign, you're letting people know that you've relocated. People will know that you're there, and plus, how many people park in that Hemming Village parking lot? You're going to see a lot of people coming through. And so, what's great about this this location is once again just you're increasing your foot traffic, and you also obviously need to continue doing your event stuff, because that's where you're getting your most publicity, and that's where most people have seen you. That's where a lot of your return customers are coming from. The great thing about this lease is that at the end of the lease, if it's too expensive for you, or if it isn't fulfilling for them, both sides can back out of the deal.
So you went and talked to Richie?
I did.
Awesome.
And it, like I said, it's a hypothetical deal. Nothing is set in stone by any stretch of the imagination. But they're willing to come to this type of agreement with you guys. As far as pricing and stuff, I would left that up between you and them to decide.
Did he give you a ballpark figure?
Ballpark figure, you're looking at. He didn't give an exact number, but I wanted to say he said something around the lines of, because you guys told me that you're spending about $300 a month on utilities, and so I think he gave a ballpark of 500. So it's a pretty decent increase. But like I said, I think you can really get a lot of foot traffic with this.
Let's see. We'll have to look at what our numbers are now,
Mm-hmm.
and how much of that 300 we make back, and then anyway, we have to figure out our numbers.
Right.
And do some projections.
And ultimately, yeah, this isn't a guarantee, and after the 3-month lease is over, if it works for both of you guys, you can extend it. Ultimately, I really think this is the best plan for you guys, because yes, it's going to cost you guys a little bit more. However, you're going to be so much closer to campus. I know I would go to Waffle Works way more if I could walk to it, because you guys I really enjoy what you guys do.
Maybe we could sell waffle or provide waffles. Cater waffles is the term for a wedding reception.
Hey, good idea. Good
or
idea.
some party up there.
And so it may not be like I wish I could have come up with a more permanent solution for you guys and a permanent place that you could go and stay with.
What other places did you think of?
I looked into the area by the roundabout. Where there's a subway and Casa de Ochoa. They just don't have room for you guys. That's the biggest problem. And as you guys know, we can't put you on campus. It's it's not allowed, and so we have to find places around. And there's really not a ton of good places right now. There's a lot of parking lots, a lot of things that aren't great for a waffle truck, especially with the utilities that you guys need provided for you.
Who owns the one where Cafe Rio is, and is there any parking in one of those apartment complexes? Or
I checked there. The problem with that is all the parking around there is specifically apartment parking. North Point and.
But if we gave them unlimited waffles, the owners, would they let us do it?
I can reach out and talk to them about that. They when I talked about, or when I was looking at places, I contacted the places that I felt would be best for you guys.
And I think it's a good idea. I am worried it's 2/3. It's our cost plus 2/3 more, and so that's going to be a lot of waffles that we have to sell. And waffles aren't that expensive to buy, so we have to figure out some ways. So I am curious and the other fact is, once this 3 months is out, if we simply can't make it, then we're back to ground zero. So what can we do? So that's why I want to know where else you looked to see if there's another place.
The place that if I had to give you a second place, it would be that Casa de Ochoa subway roundabout place, because it is relatively close to campus. I also looked into there's a business right next to where the Berg is, where it looks like they have some open space.
That's where Pizza Pie Cafe got started. Was right there, just below the Berg. That was the pizza place. It was called the Sober Society years and years ago. And that wasn't a pizza place, but they were there. Grego's was called, and then they moved where they are now, and then they changed their name. So that might be a possibility too. So
that's another place that I looked at that I thought would be a good thing for you guys. The Subway Casa de Ochoa.
And did they give you any numbers either?
They didn't give me exact numbers. They said that they would look into it. And I've reached out to them, and they don't seem to be strongly considering it, but it seems like that's something that they would be still open to.
Okay.
If we made the right.
Okay. Do you have some contact numbers for us that we can get in touch with Richie and some of those people then?